Live 2021 GSL Super Tournament.
Welcome back. It's time to go to Trap versus Maru. Zoun overcomes SOS. He was down 0-2, comes back with 3 wins, and we're kind of in a new era here for a player like Zoun to come out on top. I don't know that he's going to win this whole thing. I do think Trap and Maru are both supposed to be better.
Well,
we'll see how the games go.
Yeah, we've been entering that new era for a bit now, right? Like we have been giving birth to Zoun for quite some time, but it's time to cut the umbilical cord.
We've been in labor for over a year. Now we've got Trap versus Maru. Now this is a very typical modern finals or Final Four fight here with these two players. These guys have really been, I think, at the forefront of their respective races. Trap has really, I think, got the best handle on Protoss. I know that we have crazy players out there like SOS. We've got Parting. Zoun's play looks very different, but Trap seems to be the guy that's got a handle on both aggro and tricky play and the very conservative style. Maru, of course, the fourth race is, as he does every so often, looking completely unstoppable. Yeah. Bigger, better, faster, stronger.
No, he's ridiculous, as you see. He actually almost has too many accomplishments to fit in his graphic.
Yeah.
He's about to overlap with the Terran logo there. But only has won one Super Tournament, which seems outrageous.
He could have another one. I think it's very possible.
It is.
I believe his win rate's also been 100%.
Yeah, for 2021, he's 14-0 against Protoss.
Crazy.
That is wild.
I don't think this is going to be a 3-0, though.
It's impossible. He's against Trap. It's impossible.
So we're going to start this off on Oxide. 2,000 atmospheres. Juggernaut, Light, Shade, and Romanticide for our 5 maps. And I am very interested if Trap can win, what this is going to look like against Zoun. I do think Maru may be the favored player here against Zoun, though. I think if Maru can beat Trap, I don't think he's supposed to lose to Zoun.
I think whoever wins here is definitely a favorite. You know, it just these are such experienced players.
And if Zoun wins, then we really reevaluate everything.
Well, yeah, then he's actually, we got to teach him how to shave at that point. Like, he's not just been given birth, but he's beaten one of these guys in the finals. That's something else.
Okay, our game's loading up. Trap versus Maru, a best of 5 to go up against Zoun in the finals of the GSL Super Tournament.
Game starts. Afrika Freaks, Trap. Team NV, Maru.
I'm excited. You know what I really want, though? Like, really badly, is some big macro games here. I don't mind people taking fights earlier on and everything, but you know, obviously that TY-SOS game, one of the best of the year, in my opinion, just a fantastic game. Obviously, I'm not expecting, like, BC mech to come out of Maru against Trap, but would love to see him go into those late-game comps, like, for instance, what we saw from Bunny, where Bunny just wasn't quite there, right?
Yeah, he had a lot of really good ideas, but, yeah, you're right. He wasn't quite there.
Yeah, Maru can do what Bunny was trying to do, but better, so...
already an annoying start here, by the way, with the eBay being planted, and I think it was 6 probes pulled coming down there to attack.
Yeah, that seems to be how people do it now, is pull 6 probes. I've seen that same number from 2 different Protosses 3 times now.
It's uncomfortable, but there's not much else you can do. Otherwise, the Terran has way too much control over the ebb and flow of the game. You can see as you leave it at 4 there at the very end, you just have enough minerals to start the Nexus. And you could try to keep some of the rhythm going. Now, this is barracks in the factory. 1 gas taken so far.
So we should be seeing a command center come up relatively soon.
Yeah, he's banking the minerals where it seems like that's going to be the obvious choice. So both sides fast expanding.
Yeah, nothing really out of the ordinary here from these two as of yet. But we'll see from Maru's point of view here. Should be seeing that CC go down momentarily. Chrono Boosted Adept going to be on its way.
There is a proxy pylon here. Now let's see, that looks close enough that that is intended to get something into the Terran space pretty quickly. Perhaps a Stargate?
Yeah, it
Maybe
kind of
something
looks
super
that way.
weird like a Robo, but I would have to guess probably a Stargate.
Yeah, Nexus into proxied Robo doesn't sound right.
Doesn't sound right at all, right?
It's like not fast enough, I think.
So
But an Oracle, yeah, you can get an Oracle out.
could this be a Void Ray?
Oh, we did see, who do we see doing that
SOS
build?
doing that.
SOS, yeah, after expansion. So yeah, I mean, it could be.
Doesn't seem like the spot is as good. I mean, an Oracle is very par for the course, right? But
Yeah. I think it'll be that. But
all right, actually loses the probe there. That's kind of annoying.
get some decent intel. There's no CC on location, but it's actually being built in the main base of Maru. Hellions coming out. A couple mines going to be next. Those are going to be very useful.
It will be the Oracle. And look, this isn't too aggressive or even as much of a game changer. I mean, we'll see if Maru is ready with something to fend off the Oracle over here. Nowadays, it's very common to send the Widow Mines out immediately. There was a period in time where it was much more common to put a Widow Mine on the tip of your base because it seems like today, apparently, proxying Oracles is common, but it's not as common as it once was. And so he's going to come in here risk-free. He's trying to be careful not to overextend into anywhere where there could be mines, but there are actually no mines here.
Yeah, and he was pretty careful checking for that, as you mentioned. Still getting beautiful Oracle Micro. Honestly,
Yeah.
really good. Really good. Ooh, very nice. 5 kills. I mean, you got to be happy with that.
But let's see how many Widow Mines can get across onto the other side of the map and do damage. One of the more frustrating things for a Protoss to deal with, honestly, is if Widow Mines burrow in time and you just don't get your screen over there to move them out. What is this Oracle doing?
Yeah, it's trying to take the damage so that he can actually get some extra kills, but it looks like it backfires a little bit. In the meantime, the mines go off 10 probes!
Are you kidding me?
Oh!
Make it 11.
Ooh!
2 more Widow Mines inside the medevac.
Dude, I liked the idea of that Oracle, right? He forced the mine to unburrow, then it reburrowed, and it got the hit, but the Viking pushed the other one back. So he didn't even get the damage he was looking for. My God. He would have gotten like 5, 6 more SCVs, too, if the Viking hadn't been there. Easily.
Now, it's one of the funny things. It's true in any RTS game. Obviously, with it being in real time, you're trying to do everything at once, right? But StarCraft 2 being such a fast real-time strategy game, it's really hard. I was wondering if it was going to actually go down like that when we saw the medevac inbound because there's a second Oracle in the Terran's base, and he's really trying to micromanage that so that he does, even if he trades it into mines, that the other Oracle could stay alive. And, oh my God, he lost that too.
Yeah, a little trap set up.
But yeah, if you're not completely prepared, you can lose way more workers way quicker. And so that was a big blow there.
Do you think...
Yeah.
Sorry, I was... No, go ahead. You finish what you were saying, then I'm going to ask you a question.
No, just go ahead.
Well,
I'm done.
I just wonder if you think that there's a possibility that we actually see mech here out of Maru.
Oh, I don't think so. Maybe,
You don't
though.
think so? Well, he's getting the lock on. He's not really that consistent on Marines. We don't... Okay, there's another barracks. Because it's like, I feel like by now you would have started Stim, but he's just gone so tech-heavy in this early game.
Well, he seems to have some kind of unusual setup he wants to have. This is a very weird push because, like, yeah, there's a lot of Marines, but there is no Stim, you're right. But maybe he knows something about when players do stuff like this, like when you send out an Oracle like that you can actually just use the Marines as kind of a meat shield. Yeah. And then have the Vikings, the Widow Mines, and the Cyclones
It looks like an adapted attack that TY used to do on thirds against Oracle builds. And it looks like it's much bigger. It's much, much bigger.
Yeah, and I don't know that Protoss has a lot of sophistication here to fight this. Like with the Vikings landing, and Vikings are not great on the ground, but they're not not terrible if you're just going to use them as kind of something else to get in the way here.
Ooh.
Now again, there's no stim, so this is not the kind of fight you normally see.
Still has those 3 Cyclones out. A lot of Marines here. This is a very high DPS army for Terran, but some good micro on both sides here from Trap. He already uses Overcharge.
Trap's really playing an insanely good game of control here, and I think he's basically shut down this attack. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just not a lot left to work with here. He actually picks off the medevac full of the Marines, and these Phoenixes, I don't know that they can kill this last medevac. Yeah, it looks like they will.
That was a pretty beautiful hold.
Well, Trap is feeling very confident, I'm sure now. Stim is only just started. Did look like maybe it would probably been better to attack on the left side, the third, instead of
You're very right about that, actually.
Instead of getting in between the natural and the third base where you don't really have a lot to work with.
Yeah, the only thing I can think is because there's only one way to go there, force fields are a bit stronger, but you're definitely right. The 2 ramps made it a lot harder for him to properly micro and everything there. But
seems to be the case.
Definitely an excellent hold from Trap, and the fact that he mostly just lost like Adepts and Stalkers, like those Adepts don't scale at all anyways. He doesn't even want them anymore. So the fact that he holds on to that, he doesn't really lose probes during that time. He got up to a full 3-base economy. Has to be a happy time for him.
And this is a pretty insane punish. Again, no stim done yet. So, I mean, Marines are so garbage against this. He does have a tank. I worry that he could just blink on top of this, but I guess it doesn't matter. He could just avoid the tank entirely. There's more than enough room here on the map for these Stalkers to roam freely. I think after this, we're probably just going to see a recall.
Yeah. As Maru gets in and gets out a good chunk of his Stalkers there.
11 SCV kills. Stim's done. Terran could try to move out, but I don't know that he can. I mean, I think that honestly, the 4 bases that Trap has mustered, the production that he's able to come with, and the fact that everything was a bit hiccuped because Maru went for that very specific and unique attack to try to punish the proxied Oracle.
Now, I want to mention something that I just saw during all this. The Templar Archive started, and without scouting it, Maru went into a Ghost Academy. This is part of the reason why Maru's better than everyone else. Is because everyone else against Trap, like, he has High Templars, and then like, oh crap, and they put down a Ghost Academy. Maru's like, he's gonna go High Templars, right?
Yeah.
Let's get that Ghost Academy down a lot quicker. So he's actually gonna be ready for Storm when it comes, if he's still alive.
Yeah, if he doesn't get chewed up by these Zealots here. I don't know, man, this is a lot.
It is a lot, but he's actually got a good amount of bio here. The SCVs come up, the Sea-Chink on the high ground doing some serious work as well.
But what about the Zealot side blades?
What about
the side blades, Artosis?
Yeah, you are right about that.
Oh!
Here they come. Trap's like, this is what my PvP looks like too!
Yeah, he could just kind of chip his way through here. What a gamer. What a gamer. Can this guy game or what?
Dude. GG.
All right.
All right, well
Takes
done
out
by
the
Trap.
Ghost Academy, says, I don't believe in no ghosts.
Wow.
Wow, yeah. Remember the 90s? Yeah.
I do.
So, Trap, I mean, let's not forget, that was a game that started with a black eye for the Protoss. 12 probes killed by Widowmine drops.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
I mean, he did do some damage with the Oracle, but honestly,
It did some.
I think a lot of that really came back to the decision for Maru to go with a timing attack we don't see very often. Artosis mentioned it was TY who's done that to punish Proxy Oracle. Angling, maybe not so great. Then again, maybe Trap holds it no matter what. But Trap played a brilliant game from there on out and closes it out with the first win in this best of 5.
Yeah, yeah. It was very well done by Trap. Very impressive play from him. And especially after Maru, it seemed like he had the edge after that very early game. But yeah, that mid-game attack not working out. We'll see. I think we're not going to have many games that look like that at the beginning.
Yeah, that should be a one-of-a-kind. Game 2, loading up, Trap versus Maru. Again, the winner fights Zoun in the finals of the Super Tournament.
Game starts. Africa Freaks, Trap. Team NV, Maru.
Well, Trap should be feeling very, very good.
It is
recover like that against Maru.
It is funny to see the Proxy Oracle kind of coming back in. Like it wasn't ever bad, but it became so used that then you had Terrans just putting Widow Mines in corners and basically punishing that. And then it seems like it's gone away for a while. Now it's back. You know, as the meta of the game is always evolving, every player trying to stay ahead of every trend and figure out what is quite popular and then what's just so out of style people might not expect it.
I don't think... You think he's going to go for any more Proxy Oracle, though?
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't either.
But I just wanted to point out that it's funny. We had it in the PvP and in the PvT.
Well, you know, I think he'll probably trend towards Blink openers from here on out.
I think that's a very safe bet, yeah. I mean, Trap has had a lot of success with the Blink openers. He does seem to be maybe the best with Blink Stalkers overall. I know that that's saying a lot because Parting has been incredible and SOS has looked very good, and even Zoun was playing very well with Stalkers, but he seems to be one of the only guys that will go 2-gate, for instance, doing this, and kind of hold everything almost as if it was like stats playing.
Yeah.
But Trap's proven to have some very sharp decision-making, and look at this.
Oh my.
What?
That looks like a Stargate placement.
Certainly.
But the pylon is a little bit late here for that.
Well,
right?
I don't know.
Not extremely, but...
I don't feel like you could throw a gate down here and do anything with this. I don't feel like a Robo would necessarily
It's got to be a Stargate.
great.
He skipped his Warp Gate, so like the only time you do that is for this, so...
So it is going to be a Stargate. Again.
Well, I guess we were wrong on that.
Again.
You learn from SOS. Just keep doing the same strat every time.
Yeah. It's a new meta. Just do the same thing. They respect you so much, they think you're going to mix it up. You're like, dude, I don't know. This is all I practice for.
I only have one build, man.
It's not broken. I won't fix it.
Depth shading up. Gonna cancel that one. Mine on the way, and Port on the way as well. Maru, of course, no idea that he's being proxy Stargated again.
And it's going to be the Oracle once more.
Oh, rallied over there. We have seen this move from Trap where he goes like Oracle Adept and then just shades into the natural and really screws with it.
Yeah.
Because you can't really attack into Oracle Adept early with Marines.
You're kind of ready for maybe just Adepts or maybe an Oracle, but if you can outnumber them, maybe you can take a positional fight.
Yeah, much less likely to have any mine traps at the natural as well. Those are much more common early game in the main, but I guess he's actually going to fly to the main. And Maru going to town on one of those adapts, but that means that he's not paying too much attention. Ooh, pulls back against the mine.
Oh, the repair. There's that. Oh, he does get it. Okay.
Yeah, this one doesn't seem to be getting nearly as much damage. Still some, though.
Okay, he sees the drop is inbound now. Let's see if Maru has any fancy tricks or if he just beelines it over to where the base is.
Yeah, he's sending it straight across. Guess there's no sense in delaying it if he's already seen it. Try to get down there and get him before he's ready. The Adepts have gone home as quickly as possible. They go into the natural for now. Some more Adepts being warped in. Yeah, 3 in the main. That should be good. Very well done.
Yeah,
just
complete shutdown.
Yeah. It was great to bring the Oracle back and everything. Just make sure they have exactly enough damage here.
And the second Oracle comes. The Phoenix is going to follow up next. Maru making a Raven. He just has these right-clicked onto the medevac. What? What? Friendly fire.
Oh my God. That's so funny. It's like you're clicking so quick, you attack your own medevac there. What am I even looking at? What is going on?
Well, he's going to catch it with the Phoenix, I think.
That's so
the Phoenix
funny.
is going to go across the map, and you know, the Viking's not fast.
It's going to have to land. Okay, here come the Adepts now. Oh, he actually gets in, and he's on top of the siege tank here. Auto turret goes down, so he does choose to get back up.
His O-Rocks are killing a lot.
Oh my gosh, this shade into the natural here.
Yeah, doesn't get in there. The siege tank's going to siege up. I feel like this could have gone better for Trap.
Yeah, it felt like it might go a bit better than this, but he's still getting a decent amount of SCVs.
I think
he's trading a lot of his early game units, though.
I think he was a bit caught off guard when he actually got into the main.
Yeah, and then the medevac was actually there to micro the tank back, so he couldn't quite target it down. And then an auto turret came down. That's a lot of damage output. You don't feel good sitting in someone's main base fighting an auto turret.
He's continuing to make Phoenixes, though. And, you know, he might be able to just smash his way in there again. I mean, if you can pick up the tank, or you could draw them into the main, it does seem like there's a lot of utility here for Trap. And again, he comes in here, he can blast down workers. Sort of all over the place with his air army here, but does do a little bit of damage. Phoenixes can fight this Viking.
Yeah, pulls back the injured one even. Beautifully done. Great micro here, though. And actually recalls out the rest of his tech units. Now, it's going to be Charge and Phoenix for now. So Maru's going to have to identify what this is and be very careful about moving out too soon.
He could absolutely get smothered if he takes the third right away. Speak of the devil.
And if he attacks as well, you can be punished by this for sure. You kind of need to hit a critical mass so that you have enough bio to actually micro against it.
We've got sentries coming here now. Guardian Shield going to be extremely helpful in the midst of this fight. So he's going to tag this and basically watch and wait. He is fully prepared to spring a huge attack here. He'll have 2 Archons ready. Armor is going to finish, making the army overall much stronger in this. And I don't know, man. I feel like Maru is just not safe at all.
Yeah, this looks like it could be a very powerful push coming in.
Yeah.
That's a lot of charge loss with +1 armor, plus the 2 Archons.
Yeah, Stim's going to be done, but I don't know that saves the day.
And, I mean, the flying units add a lot here as well.
What am I seeing? All right, he doesn't...
kind of a weird...
All right, doesn't matter. He's going to come in here now. Gets these SCVs on top of that, but he'll still kill off this siege tank. Not a bad moment there for Maru, though. He really controlled that beautifully.
Yeah, he did a little stop position on those SCVs so that AI wonked out when he was trying to get the tank.
No War Prism. 2 Archons go down, but is it still just too much?
Yeah, stops there, stutter steps a bit to kill off the Oracle.
Picks up the mine.
Still charging forward.
Yeah, well, he's chasing him all the way back home.
Good mine hit. Another good one as well. Still trying to put a little bit more damage, but I think this attack is mostly done, isn't it?
Well,
3 Archons warping in.
I think he actually still can do something here.
Gives him a lot of muscle.
He can have that Phoenix come in there, absorb the mine hit too. And you know, even though things are getting a little bit staggered here in the fight, I mean, really, he's keeping this army down pretty low. If he keeps these Archons back and warps in a ton of Zealots again, I don't see why he can't punch through here once more.
It feels though like Maru's getting closer to the critical mass. He just had his concussive shells finish.
That's
so
true.
He can start microing much better here against these Zealots. The Archons, though, you can't really slow those things down. So definitely a very powerful unit here for Trap as he tries to get on top of this army. Another good mine hit here from Maru, though.
Good micro.
Has to pull his SCVs for now.
Good micro by Trap. He pulls that back. And tries to regroup. I mean, I think at this point in time, Maru has resigned himself to being on 2 bases for a little bit longer here. Actually, no, he's going to shift this over here to the top center at 12 o'clock. But, you know, Trap's now up to 4. I know that the army supplies are somewhat similar. In fact, if you look at the army supplies closely, it's Maru a little bit ahead, but I do think that the army composition is better for Trap. And all he needs to do is fill it in a few of the blank spots.
Well, he needs those High Templars out. But Maru's already making ghosts. Like, his ghosts are popping out here before Psystorm's ready. So I feel like Maru's not in that bad a shape. Like, Trap has the 4 bases. I feel like that's where he's very strong right now.
I think Trap has the lead.
Yeah, I would say he has a little bit of a lead right now for sure. But
he's going to need to get a Warp Prism to put those Templars in to drop.
The one thing about Maru, he actually, as he lands at 3rd CC, he has a solid 3 base economy. But we haven't seen an armory yet, so he's just sitting on 1-1, which was an upgrade advantage, but won't be for much longer.
That's a good point.
So it feels like he's just, I mean, you need more upgrades or you're going to lose in the long run.
But what are you really trying to say, Artosis?
Yeah, upgrades are good.
Yeah, again, I think that anytime Maru gets too close, he's touching a hot stove here.
SCV's unfortunately fighting against Zealots. Zealots doing a pretty darn good job. Ghost here being microed back.
Marine ragdolling up to the screen cracks me up. Doing cartwheels up.
Look at me, Mom, I can fly.
So the army for Trap is going to come up again. Now, this isn't the angle he needs to hit. Okay, there we go.
Ooh, that's a good
I did not actually realize it was Templars in there. Kills all the mines.
Oh,
beautifully
geez.
done. Oh, jeez,
Oh,
indeed.
jeez. We're going to push back that harassment. And some EMPs have been cast, but he's lost a lot of his mines. Feels like Maru's just slightly on his back foot the entire time.
The question is, can the 12 o'clock spot be kept safe? And I don't know. He does have the mines. He has some ghosts. Although Trap is basically engaging a little bit better in every fight. And I think what you pointed out earlier about the upgrades is going to become more and more of a reality, Artosis.
He just finished his armory.
Yeah.
Like just now. So that is a little bit slow for sure.
What's this Archon doing?
Oh, we have EMPs, so ooh, the Storm, very good, forcing Maru back there. Can't really chase and get the damage he wants.
With Trap, with the powers of Thor. He actually has to make that Archon just to make a target to keep the rest of the army safe. Some of these other Archons so weak. How's the counterattack going, though? I mean, if you watch, if Maru has an insanely successful counterattack, he's going to flip this game. And flip this script while he's at it.
Well, those EMPs doing a great job here on these Archons.
Oh, man, but the Zealot harass over here is so good.
Very well-placed bunker, though, is going to help him out for sure.
Yeah. Good EMP again. Takes out the only Archon in this fight.
Continues to throw those down. Shield battery burning through a lot of it, though.
10 SCVs killed. You can see he was trying to use the hold position technique to shave off some SCVs, and he got a good amount. But Maru's been pretty on top of making workers. So this has been a real uphill fight, this whole game here for Maru, but I will say he's doing one of the best uphill fights I've ever seen, and there's a real possibility that he ends up matching Maru here, I'm sorry, Trap here, and eventually taking this game.
Yeah, but we have Colossi coming out now, which makes me, again, like my nervousness for Maru is renewed.
Oh,
even though Maru has been doing a great job, as we add Colossi to this army, it becomes so much stronger. And Maru doesn't have anything to counter that right now. Looks like they walked through some mines to get there. No shields left on him. Thermal Lance still in the way, as well as +3 attack. Maru does have 2-2 on the way, but +3 is going to be done beforehand, which means we're going to be up 2 upgrades for Trap, which is pretty significant.
Pulling these Zealots back and trying to get the rest of his army up here. Is he recalling on this too? Oh yeah, recalls the Templars, not a bad idea.
Mine's doing some work, but look at this army of Trap.
My God. The Colossi are proving to be so strong. He does actually try to dive in and snipe it, and it backfires. And both the Colossi live. The third one's here.
Yeah, he did take a lot of damage on a lot of units there, but
yeah,
Maru
but I think the problem is that, especially with Colossi, your army gets to attack first.
You got the Prism that had a Colossi in it that time, but a lot of Stalkers coming up here for the reinforcements, blinking forward. Very aggressive from Trap, smelling blood in the water.
Yeah, you can really see what Stalkers can do in some of these fights that get pretty scrappy, as you can kind of keep the chase going. And Stalkers certainly much more expendable than what Terran's losing, like Ghosts. And so the point of contention has been at 9 o'clock, but it does seem like throughout this entire game, basically Trap has kept that tiny lead. And again, these small groups of Zealots coming out here.
Oh, that's such a good move right there.
Yeah.
How annoying is this for Maru? just like it throws off his tempo completely. He's losing a ton of mining time. 11 SCVs falling, so his economy being hurt so much as well. So clearing some mines out in the middle as Maru clears out those Zealots. Disruptors being added in.
This turned out to be a very exciting, drawn-out PvT here. It is impressive the way that Maru is able to keep up, but Trap is now maxing out. Maru has been playing the catch-up game with upgrades. 3-3's on the way. We're actually about to have Armor 2 now done here for Trap. But it's one of these games where it's more and more territories being claimed here for Protoss. Is this a Storm Drop?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's been so trendy lately.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was insane. Okay, so
there was a lot of storms, but he did trade 4 High Templars and a Prism. I guess that's fine, though, considering he's maxed out.
Well, the fact of the matter is that you're still mining gas and minerals back on the Protoss side. There's only 4 bases for Terran, and I think only 2 of them actually have minerals, so you just hit a huge amount of workers there.
Yeah, it's very true. And how do you get cost efficient as Maru at this point? Like, multitasking, okay, but this is one of those armies that you cannot fight with what Maru has. You can try to whittle it down on the edges and stuff, but we have Storm, Disruptors, Colossi, Archons, Charge Lots, great upgrades, everything you need in the whole world. Oh my god.
Okay, these Disruptor shots are not going the way they are supposed to. And now Maru's hitting at this angle where I actually think that Trap's small decisions to miss, or well, not decisions, but he miscontrolled. Maru suddenly wins that game in the blink of an eye. He lost all the Disruptors. The Storms weren't enough. The Colossi got surrounded.
Dude, he had everything he needed, and then he just kind of like bled it in every direction.
Yeah, he lost in every angle.
Amazing by Maru to just turn that on a dime.
That was bananas. That was insane, dude. Yeah. I can't believe how that went down.
Yeah. No, me either.
Trap was like
6 Disruptors, like 3 Ghosts, 3 Colossi, and everything else with his army. He was maxed out with more miners mining than Maru. And then Maru killed everything all at once.
And Trap tapped out. And that was a frustrating game, no doubt, for Trap. And you can see he's wearing it on his face. I mean,
yeah.
He was kind of ahead the whole time, and Maru just hangs on, sustains, and bounces back. And that's why he's so good. We're going to go to Juggernautha for map 3 here, as Trap and Maru are tied up 1-1.
Game starts. Afrika Freaks, Trap.
I still cannot believe the end of that game.
Yeah. Well, it was so sudden. Like, and Trap like built
Team NV, Maru.
He built the greatest sandcastle ever. And then he sent the sandcastle in like 3 directions. Maru surrounded it with Marauders. And like, what are you going to do, man? Sandcastles can't live through that.
It was crazy because as we were doing the play-by-play, through a lot of the last few minutes there, it was like, okay, I mean, Trap is taking some fights. And, you know, Marines and Marauders and even Ghosts are fairly replenishable. Ghosts are a little bit more costly, of course, but Medevacs as well, because they're coming from the same source, right? The barracks or the starport. But in that final fight, and keep in mind there was a storm on a bunch of workers right before it, so that was the Warp Prism and the Templars there too that were killed. He lost, I don't know how many Disruptors, I think it was 4?
It was 5 or 6.
It was at 5 or 6, okay, and all the Colossi.
Yeah.
And at that moment, the fight was so one-sided. The entire left side of the map was completely vulnerable. Protoss isn't able to build out unless, I don't know how many robos were there, but probably not enough to get.
Yeah, 2.
That's not enough then. Yeah. Not that that was a mistake by him, but just, you know, the math isn't there. What are you going to, make 2 more Colossi, then another 2, then the Disruptors, and then there's no more War Prisms for a little bit. Observers are picked off here and there as well. We don't always catch it, but it is happening, of course. So, Trap was so close to closing that out, and Maru sometimes more dangerous than anybody else in the world when he's cornered. Just kind of keeps fighting back and taking what fights he can, and he gets this one opportunity, and that fight went so one-sided. It was over 180 degrees of Terran attacking and hitting different stuff.
Yeah.
And it traded out so well, Trap had to give up.
Yeah. You know, there's a reason why we call that big Protoss army the death ball. It's because you keep it together in a ball, and it causes death to your opponent.
Oh, that's where the death part comes from.
Yeah.
Okay, I got the ball part.
Yeah, it kills you. And he had... Like,
I was wondering, why don't you call it the ball, but okay.
Yeah, or the death.
Yeah, that's what it should be called, is a Protoss death.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if he had, like, maybe 2 more Immortals in there, we could call it the death. But, yeah, he didn't have it together. It was like Immortals, Disruptors fighting off on the side. I don't know. It was weird. It was definitely a throw by Trap. He definitely could have won that game. Here we are. And Blink on the way, going back to his more normal style of play here. Let's see how many gates he goes for. Certainly a second one. Certainly a Robo. You never know the exact amount.
Like, you know what? I think he's going to make 1 gate, and that's it.
Just 2 gate Blink Stalker, nothing else?
Yeah.
Sounds really good.
So there's the gate and the Robo.
3 gate.
A 3rd gate comes down.
Let's see if he goes 4th.
Yeah, I'm guessing he'll stay on 3, but he totally could go for 4. I feel like Maru doesn't lose to the 4 gate, though.
4 gate?
4 gate? Okay, let's do it. Maybe some of this is him reflecting off the last game and the fact that, Maru, it's not always his big overarching strategy that wins. It's that he's so good at the mechanical part of the game, and he's so patient and overall trades so effectively like the last game. Maybe Trap wants to try to do something a little bit sharper and hit Maru at the knees and try to take him out that way.
Okay. Yeah, but I feel like you're kind of right. He's one of the harder guys to kill in these situations. He's very scrappy.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to get phased when he's behind. He's very focused. He seems to have no brain farts in games ever.
Mm-hmm. You're right. He does not panic. That's for sure. No. You never see him do some panic move.
Yeah, something weird. Never seems to be that phase when the game's done. Okay, this is. Oh my God! I thought he was gonna get that medevac. He does get it. Oh! Whoa! Crazy.
Oh, he's switching it back around, just buying some lost mining time there. But okay.
That was some gamery.
Gamery.
Lost 1 probe, lost 1 stalker, killed 3 Widow Mines and the medevac.
I tell you, it does some more stuff though, right? Like it slows him down a little bit, gives him an idea of the stalker count and what's likely to be coming after him.
Artosis, yes. This is great for Trap.
Yeah.
More stalkers are going to come up. Does he warp anything in here? Keep in mind, he knows that there's an auto turret that can be cast here. Whoop.
Pops them back in. Going to continue that harassment,
He's like,
though.
nah,
Blinks up with the other ones.
Yeah, he fakes him out really well. And then he avoids the turret here.
Looking good for Trap. Blinking out as these units come up, but he's grinding down so much damage. 15 SCVs so far. Some Zealots warped in as well for their tankiness and damage output.
He elevators everything else up here into the main. More is being pulled here. He's continuing to keep the Stalkers alive. He has not warped in again yet. Huh.
Damn, Trap is just such a complete player at this point.
Yeah, and I think this is the way to do it, is you blink out, warp everything in, wait for the blink to reset, and try to find some opportunities there. Blink's on top of the bunker, says, what is this thing?
Yeah, gonna knock that down immediately. Starting to pick off more SCVs as well. Maru down to 21 workers. Very few units left as well. He's even fighting the auto turret. That's when you really know that you've got it.
Yeah, there is no tank coming here. 33 SCVs have already been killed. The number just gets higher and higher.
Yeah, picking off a lot of these units. The Marauders trying to micro back, mine putting down, but that is a very fast and furious one. Trap takes a lead 2-1.
And I think Trap made a very important decision there after game 2. He said, okay, I'm not going to play that kind of game.
Yeah.
You want to play Army Maker 2? No.
Army Maker 2. You know what, Tasis, you're right. This is Army Maker 2.
He was playing Army Maker 2 back there, but this game he's like,
I want to play Clicky 2.
He wants to play Clicky Sneaky Gamer 3 and get inside his base with Blink. Solid snaking the Warp Prism into the base. Breaking the Maru guard next one by one. Going shh as he lowers the bodies down.
But it gets pretty loud because he's breaking so many necks at the same time.
It sounds like they're making popcorn over there. Breaking so many necks.
That's for sure.
Trap just needs one more win. Maru, if he can win this one and the next, he's in the finals. We're going to Light Shade. Let's do this.
Game starts. Africa Freaks, Trap. Team NV, Maru.
All right. Maru sending out his SCV. Think Trap will go blink again?
That's a good question. The entire time I was trying to think, like, what would you do this time around, right? Like, can you get another quick win off of him? He hasn't sent any probes to expand yet. Oh, here it goes.
Yeah, I should be sending some extra probes down to eliminate this right away.
I wonder if when you see an eBay making, there's some other counterplay you can make on the map that maybe punishes the Terran for investing there if you don't want to expand or something.
This is just, it seems so cheap, right? And when the eBay gets this high up in health, that's, I mean, I guess you got a tech, right?
Maybe
it's going to take 4 probes forever to kill that.
Maru forces Army Maker 2 again. Army Maker 2, the sequel.
Army Maker 2, 2.
Yeah, Army Maker 2, 2. In Army Maker, you try to secure all the bases on the map and control your army right. Okay. But Trap went for Sneaky Gamer 3.
Well, he's going to, I mean, his opener might be a Sneaky Gamer opener because his Nexus is so late. He's got double gas. He's got this probe out here.
Listen, Sneaky Gamer 3 went straight to DVD, but it was still considered a work of art. Okay.
Straight to DVD. Straight to VHS.
Straight to VHS.
Okay. Straight to DVD, is that a thing? Straight to DVD?
That's
like too high quality. That's like movies that were still being made when DVDs were out. No.
That's what
VHS.
straight to DVD means, Artos. Is they had a straight to DVD as well. Straight to VHS, I get it, right? Like
those are Dolph Lundgren movies, is what those are.
Absolutely. Those are
the greatest B-tier actor
all the
of all
modern
time.
Steven Seagal movies now with the sped up action sequences.
Twilight coming up.
You can buy Sneaky Gamer 3 in a combo bin with Ace Ventura 2 and all the other
the real classics.
All the greats. So it's Robo and DT.
Oh,
DT Shrine
DT
coming
drop.
here.
Okay.
I was about to say it looks like it might just be kind of stalker or passive play, but
he's been liking mixing in like one DT drop in a best of 5.
So this is actually Sneaky Gamer 4, but you have to have the 3D glasses on to fully experience it.
Going to go ahead and long distance mine rather than oversaturate those main patches as he floats down.
Now, how ready for DTs is he going to be here?
Yeah, that's the question, isn't it? He's just producing out of barracks right now, right? Like,
I know that we're gonna have to watch and see how many mules are landed, but
yeah, but it's like the 3 racks opening, so he's not like close to Raven or anything like that.
No, he's got some bulk, but that's not really what helps against DTs. So the Warp Prism's about to finish up here.
This one stalker just going to town. Finally going to push that back. Marauder is out now as well. A few Marines going across the map.
So quietly, these DTs are going to come out here.
They're tiptoeing.
They took their shoes off so they wouldn't make any sounds.
Oh man. This is why you got to leave broken glass in front of your base.
Little Protoss blood trails on the ground, little footprints.
Tears in his eyes.
Yeah. Little bird feet footprints on the ground.
He grits the teeth that are still under his skin. All right, the DT, this first one gets scanned and surrounded very quickly.
Now, what's actually back here to defend? If he can make one DT.
Yeah, targets that down immediately. The stim is real here. Immortal comes out.
Oh my god. And he knows not to target the Immortal, but instead kill all the probes.
Oh, and he gets all the probes. Look at that. 15 probes end up going down. He's going to get the Immortal as well. And more probes, but there's still DTs over here.
You can't see DTs, though.
That's the problem. He's got a turret in the main.
Oh my god, this one Stalker. So, I don't know where we are in this game. 24-37, huh? So 24 is pretty bad, honestly, for Protoss. And the DT threat, I mean, it's annoying to try to scan them and catch them, but obviously DTs don't do damage nearly as fast. And so, well, look at this. It's like an Immortal, a Sentry.
They're following the yellow
Stalker.
brick road right now, Tasteless.
Yeah, this is like a JRPG setup of StarCraft units on a quest right now.
Unfortunately, they're not high enough level. This is the beginning of the game where they lose the battle.
Yeah, they found the secret forest they weren't supposed to find, and
Eden gets the
it.
prism.
Maru
ties it up. Look at this. We're having all 5 games everywhere.
We're getting our value out today.
Yeah, yeah. You guys chose a good night to be here.
That was so funny. You realized at that moment Maru attacks, and Maru looks at the math and goes, yep, I win this exactly. And even as the probes surround, I think a worse player would have tried to target down the Immortal. Maru knows to A-click on the ground and spread the damage through the probes and then kill the Immortal afterwards.
Pop those probes, man. Hey, well, that amount of damage. The Immortal you don't really care about. What you saw it walking across the map. How pathetic did it look alone? It's not going to do anything. So
now we go to Game 5. I don't know who takes this.
Yeah, it's a
couple of
series.
Explosive games back there, though.
Romanticide. May the better gamer move on to the finals.
Which gamer will it be? Maru vs. Trap, the last game to settle the score, happens now.
Game starts. Africa Freaks, Trap. Team NV, Maru.
Okay, what is your feeling about who's going to win after watching these 4 games?
I think Maru's going to take it.
Yeah.
He just looks a little bit scarier. I think Trap executed that attack in Game 3 very well, and I think a lot went wrong for Maru in the
Game 1.
In Game 1,
yeah.
But I do think Maru's looking a little bit more impressive, and it does seem like if Maru's not fully caught off guard, he can fight back pretty well.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
We did look at that game and think, okay, well, like in my head, I assume a guy who's DT rushing a 3-Rex, or it's going to be pretty good for the DT guy as long as he can keep the DTs alive. But Maru seemed to realize that, in fact, you don't have to return home. He saw the Warp Prism out there and then knew to counterattack. So kind of an educational moment back there. He has the ins and outs down a little bit more, I think. I mean, I think Trap could still take it. He is really good. But Maru, I think especially looking at that game that looked like Trap was winning the whole time and then Maru won, that's kind of Maru in a nutshell.
Yeah. Yeah, if you give him the tiniest little moment, he will capitalize upon it.
And also, sometimes it's hard to put your finger on when he was able to actually come back, because he just is a little bit faster. He is a little bit more efficient with his fights. He is a little bit more on top of remaking SCVs when they're killed off compared to his opponents.
You know, sometimes I've been thinking about this a lot, how it's hard to actually compare the very top players in the world of different races, because they're playing with such different pieces, such different strengths and weaknesses, so it's very hard a lot of the times to actually compare their levels, like the best Protoss against the best Zerg against the best Terran, right? Because it's just you know, there's different balances at different times, different map pools, different meta games, and all this. But I always get the feeling while I watch Maru, well, especially here at GSL. I guess, you know, he hasn't done well like globally and stuff, but at GSL when I watch him, it's just like, God, he just, even though I don't want to like judge like that, right? Like Trap's the best Protoss, Maru's the best Terran. Who's better between them? It's hard to judge, but I watch. I'm like, damn, Maru is just so impressive, you know?
He's so scary.
Just,
what he can
like,
do.
Yeah. Well, at the same time, you know, Trap at least, a lot of the play that we've seen out of him, it definitely feels a step above all other Protosses right now.
He's very good, but he's very clean when he plays.
Yeah.
Like he can do the crazy stuff, but he also, I think, is stronger in the macro games compared to the other Terrans, other Protosses, excuse me.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of Protosses specialize in early and mid game, whereas few of them, like him and Stats, are like really strong as it gets late game.
And able to hold their own against Maru, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is not a tournament that Zerg survived, so I mean, it's not the story we're talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is a very different matchup here, and we're going to have Widowmine drops again. Now, keep in mind, Trap is, with the exception of the game that he won, actually, he shut these down pretty well. So maybe Trap needs to lose all his probes here to win this game.
We see patterns where there aren't any.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty defensive stance here from Trap with the shield batteries.
Almost ready to plug up the entrance with a pylon.
Mm.
And he'll do just that. What?
Oh, no, that's a Stalker.
So
here comes the drop.
it's going to be very difficult to cover every area here. The Stalkers are going to come down.
Ooh, I like that one at the wall because that allows the Hellions to go in. But with the 4 Stalkers on the ramp, seems like he's not going to be able to get the Hellions up against the probes as of yet, at least.
Oh, Blink gets the medevac.
Yeah, nice finish there.
Okay, loses 1 probe, a Blink on top to kill that. Widowmine, and 3 probes have been killed overall.
And 1 Stalker.
Yep,
but he
one
did lose
Stalker.
the 4 mines and
The medevac.
Yeah.
So not bad to start stuff off here for Trap. The third base is almost finished as Terran starts the 3rd command center.
Yeah, not too slow on that for him.
Now, is there any opportunity for counter pressure here, or should Protoss simply stay back?
Well, I think he can pressure a little bit right now. There's only 1 siege tank. Okay, the second one did just pop out, but he's got Blink, right? He gets the vision there with the shaded Adept. Doesn't want to over push here.
Yeah, you can only take so many shots on those Stalkers.
That Adept not going to make it. Oh, just barely makes it out there. Raven is out, and yeah, I think we're going to get into a big macro game. Blink into the main. Nothing up here, actually, right now.
Yeah, the Raven's here, and it does cast down 1 auto turret. The Stalkers are pulling back. Nice targeting, one-shotting the Marines, and then pulling away. Now, how immense is this pressure going to be? It looks pretty loose right now. It does seem like it's just about 5 Stalkers, and that's it, staying back.
Mm-hmm.
So again, different ideas in the game before.
Yeah, just finding damage absolutely anywhere that you can. A lot of racks is being added on from Maru now, going up to 5, I believe, to go with that 3rd CC. Just wants to get his full production going. Pretty quick storm from Trap. Hasn't even started any upgrades as of yet.
Ooh, nice body block there.
Swift turnaround as well. But yeah, this is going to be one of those games where Trap actually has Storm pretty damn fast. Let's see when that Ghost Academy comes down, because Maru's actually been very good at reading when Trap is going Storm and getting the Ghosts out before it's ready. This is not going to be one of those games.
Very nice dive on the tank, blinks away. Yeah, you're right, Artosis. He's been very much on top of like when his opponent has Storm, but if he's not fully prepared, by the way, losing these tanks like this is a pretty big deal. You're not getting tanks out that quickly. And yeah, if he can come in with a Warp Prism in the Storm and just blanket the Marines.
Yeah.
You know, Stalkers are very good at cleaning the rest of that up, and especially Stalkers with Zealots in charge.
The one thing that's really good for Maru here, though, I would say, is he's got his 1-1 like 70% done. So he's going to be way ahead on those upgrades. He's going to be up 2 upgrades. If he doesn't like take too much from this storm, if he can get out Ghosts and do a counterattack, he's going to have a very strong timing. But obviously these High Templars coming up right now, this is the scary thing.
This is where we got to see how Maru does.
This is such a powerful move, but he does have the Siege Tanks to help zone this out.
The great Marduk, the Babylonian god.
Marduk?
Yeah.
Why Duck?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
He named himself. He's the great Marduk, man.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense now.
Now, the tanks are well positioned enough. Actually, I guess they're not. They can't quite reach those Stalkers, excuse me. And this is just Templars on foot.
Oh, God. Look at that blink in. I do not like this from Trap, actually.
That was very sloppy.
Oh.
Wait, those aren't Templars.
Wait a minute, though. That is a lot. He's going to go ahead and try to take down that Prism. In the meantime, the counterattack here at the third base. Oh, my God. 27, 34.
36 now. 40, 150
Dude.
kills.
150
SCVs are dead.
In seconds. The beginning of the attack, poor. The warp into the main started looking okay. And then the counter with the storms at the third base. Maru unready for it. He still has 40 workers, which is like, I guess it's playable in a way, but that was brutal.
That attack was insane.
Trap Duck over here.
Trap Duck.
The king of Babylonia.
Yeah, the new Babylonian god. Tarduk. Now he's going to go for an Archon drop. A lot of bruised SCVs, by the way. And I think this may be an easy closer here for Trap.
Maybe. Let's, you know,
Marduk
Maru's pretty good at holding on, though.
But a jealous god he is.
The god of micro and macro. Trap, the god of killing SCVs. Look at this, the double Archon drop over the turret.
Oh, he's going to get a sick warp in.
Oh, boy.
Ooh. Oh, my God, he micros back.
Yeah, the auto turrets are really, really nice. He's trying to block some there with the SCVs. Pulls those back, though, is not to lose them to the Archons. And here comes the big attack. Now, the storms are going to be the most important part here, I think. You know, this is a good hold so far.
Okay, some pretty good storms.
Yeah.
This command center is extremely low. It was not the cleanest engagement there, to be frank. But
yeah, I think that was good for Maru.
Yeah, I think it's the best he can ask for.
Yeah,
There's 5 bases coming up here. I'm worried. I think Trap really needs to close this one out and not get into the position he was in the previous game, where it's like he looked like he was winning the entire time, and then he just died out.
Is he still? He must be upgrading, right? Because he's only got 1-1 or +1 right now. We haven't really seen him go into more Robo. Yeah, okay, he's got double Forge going. That's kind of what I was looking for here. Nice spread of mines. Look at that, trying to actually pick off the Observer. There's a second one, though. As he runs into mines, gonna shred a lot of these Zealots.
Okay, he breaks through a lot of that. Great storm. That's what we're waiting for, to see how those storms connect. I don't know how much energy's on these medevacs, but it seems like they're able to heal up a decent amount of these Marauders. Marauders are much stronger in storms, of course, than Marines. Marines just sort of die out. He almost looked like he was targeting the command center there for a second.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He is putting a lot of damage onto the CC. I'm not sure that's the way to do it, but some more Zealots coming up for that reinforcement right now. Maru is just microing his heart out, trying to stay in this game.
Oh, there's no War Prism with this. He can't juggle any Archons back. He's going to get the tank here. There's more tanks onto the high ground. 32. 150 SCVs killed off again.
Yeah, losing so many right there. But you know what? He's eliminating all of the high-tech units. 1 Immortal makes it out, 2 Stalkers, and a Prism, all badly hurt. Trap, though, making 8 High Templars at home right now. Oh, my God. Comes down once again, trying to chase that Prism. Can't quite do it as the reinforcements come.
Nice storm. Again, these medevacs not always healing when they're moving. I think we are close to the closer here for Trap. I mean, I never want to count Maru out, but it does seem like if he can get another Warp Prism into the main, Warp in Zealots, and then just trample him with Zealot, Stalker, Archon.
The economies are just so opposite. Trap is on almost 90 probes. He's just making nexuses. He's warping in nonstop. Look at how big his army is again.
Looks like he's the guy that wanted to play Army Builder 2, Artosis.
Yes, so.
Now, this is going to be a moment that Maru has to survive, or we're done with this game.
He's got EMPs. Gonna throw some of those
Terran
down.
has a lot of surface to try to run. There's a lot of tanks here in the back.
Boost out. He has very hurt Medivacs right now. Trying to micro his best, taking a ton of damage. Oh, no.
Storm's coming down on the army. The CC's getting repaired. He's...
Yeah, the Siege Tank's like barely keeping him in this.
Oh, my God.
He kills the whole army, but he's at 25 workers. Can't even make a mule joke with how much damage he's taken to his economy. Look at this. Trap here on his 87 workers going to just send up Zealots nonstop.
Rinse and repeat. That's what Trap's going to do here. Even though he has a much better army, Maru barely hangs on, barely fending off. But this is really the most cost-efficient way to try to flood your opponent. Zealots with charge, and then Archons where it's all your gas goes there. Add a Warp Prism in. That's a cherry on top.
Dude, he is just, he's flooding at this point. Now, Maru is as cost-efficient as they come, but he needs like the perfect mine hits and the perfect micro, and for Trap to, I don't know, screw up in some other ways as well. Oh my God, it's just so much. It's so much.
Again, these engagements are not, okay, he gets the command center. That may be the straw that breaks the camel's back.
I tell you, that one moment from Trap where he got the Prism in the main base, but then attacked the third again, and he stormed down like over 30 SCVs. It was insane. Well, I think he actually killed like 22 SCVs at the third, and then like another 10 in the main, something like that, and it was just too much damage there. Trap takes down Maru 3-2 and goes to the finals.
And as is the tradition with Super Tournament, we're going to have another Protoss champion. Is it going to be the establishment Protoss Trap, or will it be the outsider, the guy who does not win GSLs, the newest Protoss, the newest addition to GSL? Really, is it going to be Zoun?
Yeah, well, he's been looking very good. He showed off some PvP tonight, but I'm not sure how close of attention Trap was paying. Obviously, he had to really focus on his upcoming PvT. You don't want to flood your mind thinking about another matchup before you play.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know. Don't forget that also Zoun has been practicing a lot of PvP to prepare for SOS.
We're just going to have to see how this fight goes down. Excuse me, I'm choking here. A very impressive showing there from Trap, the way he was able to close that out. But Maru is such a scary player, actually hanging on like that. Trap was up to like 5 bases, I think even taking his 6th. He's very good at controlling that army. A little bit sloppiness from Trap, but he does come out ahead in the end.
Yeah, well, he played very well in that last game, just kind of keeping his economy going, keeping so much pressure on Maru. Maru could barely get across the map to do anything. And when you control Maru like that, and he's always on the back foot, not much you can do.
Yeah, who do you think wins this with Trap and Zoun?
Trap.
Is it close at all?
I think Zoun will take games. I could see it like a 4-2, but Trap is just more experienced. His control looks better. His macro looks better.
He's also, he's
already won 2 super tournaments, but I mean, Zoun got to the finals last time, so it's not like this is a completely new experience for him.
Yeah, it's going to be funny to see how different this is going to look from the SOS games. I don't think the SOS games are in any way a representation of what is going to be happening after our break here.
No, well, SOS plays so differently from everyone else.
Yeah.
We're just going only proxy, Oracle, and DTs. he's got his own wild way of playing. But yeah, I think it'll be reasonably close with a Trap victory. What about you?
Yeah, I think Trap. I think probably same as you, 4-2. We got to stay on camera here. We can't go to commercial yet.
I don't want to go to commercial.
They're drinking hot 6
I think we
down
should
there.
just sit here for 10 minutes while they set up their PCs.
I don't need to go to the bathroom. That's not something I want to do.
Me either.
No.
Imagine if Caster's got pee breaks. How crazy that would be.
I like holding it in and yelling GG really. That's what I like doing when I have to pee is shouting. Do you like doing that?
Yes. I like
Yeah.
also. I like it when you shout.
I prefer to, like, sometimes I got to go to the bathroom, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to hold this in because I might want to shout later, and I like doing that together.
Actually, here's a question about holding it in.
Yeah.
When you're playing StarCraft and you have to go, do you sometimes you're like, you ever think, nah, I'll queue one more time?
No, I actually will pretty much go to the bathroom if I feel like I could go to the bathroom at all, like after 1 or 2 games.
Oh, okay. Yeah, me too. Okay.
So I was like, well, I just sit there and feel like that.
No.
Will you queue up another game?
Oh, yeah. And sometimes I get a TVT and I'm like,
that's so weird. Why would you do that?
I don't know. I like to tempt fate.
I'll just go. Maybe it'll just be like tinkle, tinkle, done. And I'm like,
maybe.
Nothing wrong with that.
This is a great conversation.
I'm learning. There's something about the fact that you wouldn't just go. I like to even get up and just kind of walk around and stretch. When I stream, sometimes I'm like, guys, I'm just going to get up for a minute. I kind of, you know. I practice some jump kicks off camera, you know. It's just me with battle ropes going like that.
I'm trying to imagine
when I'm not on camera.
You both jumping and kicking. Those are 2 things I don't see you do, but doing them at the same time.
Well, you know all those dummies I practice my fighting moves on. I'm mostly kicking the heads off of those.
You've got those like wooden Ip Man dummies at your house where you're going.
And I think I should probably get back to my stream, but then I go, boot knife, and I just take out one more dummy, and then I'm ready. We can finally go on that break, and I can go pee. We'll be right back.